So, I decided to create my first game. I have made games before, but in a team and school projects, but this is the first time to create a game on my own. I wanted to also do what is called a devlog. A devlog is a video where I will show the steps taken to make this game come to life. So let's go. For my first game, I wanted to recreate a known game so it would be relatable. I wanted it to be easy to implement, and I wanted to put my special touch to it. I was inspired by those cool guys on YouTube doing remakes for famous games, but with twists. And finally, I decided to do Pac-Man, but the twist will be that it will be in 3D and in first person. So, in this video, I will be transforming Pac-Man from this to this. Stick around to see the final result. If you do not know what Pac-Man is, then you must have been living in a cave. But let's explain it anyway. It is a top-down game where you are this cute yellow circle. To win, you have to eat all of your children. There are these 4 ghosts which will chase you, and if they touch you, you are dead. But if you eat your big bros, then you can chase and kill them. Wow, I made Pac-Man sound really dark. So I opened Unity and created a new project. For this game, there are some main milestones I wanted to achieve. Knowing my goals and creating a schedule, I started by creating a yellow sphere and put it in the sea. First step is the player movement. So in the original game, Pac-Man moves forward and using the keyboard, you rotate the direction he's looking at and he just keeps on moving. I wanted to do that same snappy movement but in 3D. And instead of having 4 directions, I will only have left and right, which will rotate you. You guessed it, left and right. Using one line of code, my Pac-Man now can move forward. For the input, I decided to use Unity's new input system, and using 2 extra lines, now he can rotate. That was easy. Now we're done with the first step. Let's go on to the map design. I was going to design the map as the original one, but I thought it was boring. I decided that I do not want the map to look the same every time. So I will be creating what's called procedurally generated maps. Using this wonderful complicated word I can't even say, I can create a different map every time. I thought this will be more interesting to play. It should not be that hard, right? For the few people interested in how I will make the random map, I decided to follow a depth-first approach. I will have the map as a grid of rooms. At the beginning, all rooms will be closed. At each room, I will flag if it's visited or not. Then I will look into its neighbors and see how many rooms were visited. I will select a random number of rooms to open as path. I then will mark my room as visited and go through this path I selected, and repeat the process over and over again. In Pac-Man, there is also a room in the center where the ghosts spawn in and go to when they die. I wanted to keep that in every level. So let's get into coding. I started by creating a fully closed map, then I created the spawn room. And now into the main logic.
"2,000 years later."
And I think I got it to work. Wait, no. Now Unity stopped working, and it stopped working again. And finally, I got it working, but now the map is very big. I got it smaller, and wow, amazing. Every time I run this, it gives me a different map, and sometimes it generates really interesting maps. Let's test the movement in the scene.
Bye, have a great time.
One moment. It should be working now. And now it's working great. Unfortunately, when I played this for a while, I felt it would be very hard. So I decided to throw this character controller into the trash and create a first-person control. And now it looks so much better. Here, I decided to take a break from coding and get into modeling. Since I hate myself, I decided to model the assets for my game. But do I know anything in 3D modeling? Of course not. Fortunately, I knew of this software called Magica Box, where you can create voxel arts models easily. I went to design Pac-Man and the 4 ghosts, and here is a video of me struggling to give Pac-Man a map. But whoa, wait. Before you see me suffering, I think this is a nice opportunity to tell you to subscribe. This video took a lot of effort to create, and subscribing lets me know you like this content. It's free and only takes 1 second. Now back to modeling. This actually looks pretty decent. Then I went and started to create the ghosts. Wow, I surprised myself with my modeling skills. I created 3 other ghosts and changed the colors and voila. Let's add the ghosts, and oh my, that looks terrifying. It looks like these games having 2D textures running after you and giving jump scares. Let's get into AI. Pacman has 4 ghosts which have 4 different personalities. I wanted to have the same idea. The ghosts are named Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. For Blinky, he is known as the chaser. He will keep following Pacman everywhere. Pinky is known as the ambusher. He tries to always ambush Pacman from the front. To do this, I just placed an object 1 tile away from Pacman and made him always follow. For Inky, I wanted to do my own thing. I decided to give him a behavior where every period of time he decides whether he wants to chase Pacman or not. If he decides to, he will run after Pacman exactly as Blinky. If not, he will just roam randomly in the map. For Clyde, he is the stupid one. He doesn't know what he is doing. He is just going around chilling. Clyde, I did not mean for you to be that stupid. He doesn't want to get outside the room even if I force him. Okay, I fixed Clyde and he is working stupidly fine. Next step is to add Pacman's children for him to eat. I used the sphere from Magica Voxel, gave it a yellow color, and added a simple animation to it. I added a script where if Pacman eats one of these, the score increases by 10, and it gets destroyed. But what is a 3D game without a minimap? Since you cannot see the ghosts all of the time, I wanted to have a minimap. To do this, all you have to do is put another camera in the scene which looks from above and render what it sees on the texture. And now we have a minimap. Next, I wanted to add the power-ups. In Pacman, when he eats his big brothers, the ghosts turn blue or enter the scared mode and run away from Pacman. I went and modeled a blue ghost and made it active for all ghosts when Pacman eats a brother. Also, all of the ghosts will try to be away from Pacman for a certain radius. If Pacman is close to them or to the point they are going to, they change the destination. Right now, when ghosts catch Pacman or Pacman catches one, nothing happens, which is again boring. When Pacman kills a ghost, there is this nice animation where the ghost turns into eyes and go to the spawn room again. I wanted to have that, so I went in Magica Voxel and took out the eyes. Then I implemented that when you eat a ghost, it changes to the eyes and run quickly to the spawn room. It is even clear in the minimap. Now mostly everything is done, but there is a problem. The game looks like garbage. I wanted to polish the game. I always heard of post-processing, but I never knew what it is. So I went to the dream guy of every game developer, Practice, and I found a 12-minute video explaining everything regarding post-processing, or what he likes to name effects. So in 12 minutes, I was a pro in post-processing, and the game changed from this to that. I'm really satisfied with how it looks now. I then added a main menu with a cool camera animation, and the game now needs a name. Back in person. Did you get it? Because it's Pacman and in first person, back in person. I added a death panel, a game over scene, and a level cleared scene. Now when you play the game, it sounds like this. So I went and got the sounds of the original game, and now it's very nice. I built the game and created an itch.io page and uploaded it and let some of my friends play test it. Big thanks to these guys for testing the game, I love you all. We found some bugs of course and some suggestions, and after fixing everything I will leave you with some gameplay. Making this game was very fun and it turned out better than I expected. I think I will make a video like this every month if I can. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you have any suggestions on what game I should do next, leave a comment. Thanks for sticking to the end and see you in the next one. Bye!